Someone asked, what will Proton launch next? Virtual payment cards, web browser, search engine. Hot take. I hope they don't really release too much, and I hope they polish up their current services before they release more things. That's my hot take.
I agree. But I could definitely see them adding virtual payment cards and phone numbers to Proton Pass.
Me
If I
too.
had to predict the future with my crystal ball, that would be most likely. But yeah, they should finish all the stuff that they started.
I agree. That'd be really nice. And I think it would really clean up the ecosystem and make it a stronger selling point away from something like Google. Because I can't really do that yet. I can't tell people, hey, just move over to Proton from Google. I can't. I can do it for email, but they're going to be like, well, what about photos? And I would go, well, Proton Photos, um, are you willing to join a beta for one of your devices? Like, I can't do that. That's nonsense. Um, so, yeah. What do you use in the Proton ecosystem?
Mostly just Proton Mail. I occasionally use Proton VPN, and a couple times I've like uploaded things to Proton Drive to like share them, but I'm not fully all in on Proton Drive. When they add photo backup, I might add it as like a second photo backup option. I'm not sure, but I
Yeah.
don't have a lot of use for cloud storage because of the whole NAS setup, so it just isn't super exciting to me.
Yeah. I agree. I think that what you described is honestly probably most people. I think most people are going to use just the mail the most, and then the VPN maybe if they like it grouped up with their mail subscription, then they don't have to pay for another VPN provider. And
Yep.
then like I don't know why you would. I guess calendar ish. Like I tried using calendar, but I always move away from the calendar because it kind of frustrates me after a while because it's so because like I block I do calendar blocking and it's so frustrating every day to do calendar blocking on Proton Calendar because there's no like easy like drag and drop. You can't just like touch the end and move a block around like you can on other calendar providers. And it's just really frustrating to use. I have to literally click every single block, click edit, adjust the time manually, and I just think it's a little, it's just clumsy. So
Yep.
yeah, and Proton Drive I think is kind of wild to use right now in its current state as like your main drive storage because I just think it's so incomplete and it's gonna feel so limited. But yeah,
Yeah, it really depends on like what platforms you use though, because if you don't use Linux, if you have like a Windows or Mac device, I feel like the Proton Drive clients are pretty good right now. And if I was like just on my laptop, I could definitely see using it instead of like iCloud. But I also just have an existing setup that I don't want to switch from. The other thing I'll say is that Proton Pass is actually like really enticing to me, but I haven't switched because I already have a password manager that I liked. But if I was like setting up from scratch right now, I'd probably go all in on Proton Pass as well. It looks really nice, but I'm not going
yeah,
to migrate to it yet.
yeah. I'm awaiting. I'm with you. Proton Pass because I was complaining earlier about like interfaces and just not having a password manager I really liked, and actually Strongbox being my favorite one, which is a KeyPass client. And I agree with you that Proton Pass is the only one that I feel incentivized to use, but I don't want to do it until they have like a desktop client, which is already kind of here almost. I think it's in beta, right? I've seen people
Yeah.
post the web app in beta where essentially it like adds it to your computer. It gives you offline access to your passwords. And at that point, the only concern of mine would be the whole like, well, my what if I get locked out of my Proton account? How do I access my passwords? But I'm pretty sure I could just do a backup of my passwords and still access them through a KeyPass client or something. So it's kind of a
Yeah.
non-issue if you just do proper backups. But yeah, Proton
The
Pass, I
only
agree with
reason
you.
I haven't switched, the only reason I haven't switched is because I have like a whole family setup and some password sharing going on with some other people in my current password manager. So it's very hard to move now, which is annoying because I'd have to
Fair,
like convince them to move too, and I just don't want to deal with it.
fair. That's how I get you.
Yeah, it really is.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip. Here's another clip for you, and if you want to really dive into tech, check out our main channel, Techlore, for a deeper dive into digital rights, privacy, security, and more. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.